Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Curse of Strahd, Chapter 13. Hello everyone, welcome to Dork Tales. This is Saturday night on Curse of Strahd. It's been a little while since we have been here, thanks to Extra Life, and it's good to be back. So, hi everybody, I'm your Dungeon Master Kelly, and I am going to be taking my 4 players... Ooh, I vanished. I'm back. I turned into mist for a second. I'm going to be taking my 4 players through a tour of scenic Barovia and its lovely landmarks like Castle Ravenloft with tour guide Strahd. So why don't we introduce ourselves tonight, starting with Neil.
Hi, I'm Neil, and I'm playing Brother Constantius Cars, Cleric of Brig.
Is the welcoming fire. All right. Hello, Michael.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michael. I'm playing Zan, the plan, the man with a can of spam, and that's about as far as I can go with that. So
You don't have the can of spam anymore. You left it on the altar to Mother Night.
German!
Yeah. You spammed the Night Goddess. That's not going to come back to haunt you. All right. Hello, Amy.
Hello, I am Amy, and I am playing Shasta Denmora, the... What was it, half-elf paladin? Half-elf paladin.
Last time I checked. Unless you
Yeah,
got more
just
elf when
the
I wasn't
half-
looking.
Well, I was thinking like the half what? Half-elf, not half...
Oh yeah, because you missed last session.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I had this on your frame. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, the Shasta Not Here graphic isn't here anymore.
Oh.
The non-elf.
The Nelf.
I don't like that name.
The Nilf?
Don't like it.
Hello, Christine.
Hi, I'm Christine, and I'm playing Illican Dawncaller Vaime Laga, the Goliath Barbarian.
All right, so last time you all, sans Shasta, decided that it was time to team up with Esmerelda and go and free the area of the control of local werewolves. To do so, you traveled over to a cave full of werewolves and you neutered them. You killed the hell out of all of them, rescued all the children, brought the children back to the wizard's tower that you had been using as a base for the evening, and basically had a little cookout while you watched the kids and helped them cry. The kids all were incredibly traumatized and were very worse for wear overall. However, given your performance inside of the cave and your surprisingly gentle demeanors toward them, they are not nearly as cracked as they were in the book. So that was congrats. If I remember correctly, your plan was to head back to Vallaki and try to shunt the kids off on some people. So all in all, I believe there were, 6 kids? Or was it 8? Remind me. You don't remember.
Don't remember, I didn't pay attention.
Might have been 8,
I was
and
too
now
busy
there's 6.
killing werewolves.
No, the werewolves didn't eat any.
Lose a couple along the way?
No, it's because Shasta wasn't there. Shasta's the one who always loses children. Oh, backstory.
Too soon.
Yeah, it's probably been like 20 years.
There were 6 kids because there were 2 per cage,
And there were
2
4
cages were
cages.
empty. And there were,
Were there 5 cages or 4? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Rasta had that many kids?
All right. All right. So traveling with Esmerelda, who I could just pop on the screen real quick so you get a little look at Esmerelda again. And boop. There we go. All right. So why don't we go ahead and begin that? We're going to begin where we left off last game, with the dog barking in the background. Hi, Charlie. All right. And let's get some music queued up. Stop barking. I think he actually stopped barking. I'm a little afraid now. All right, so we're going to pick this up right where we left off last time with you all in the wizard's tower. You've holed up for the night. You've set the Goliaths off to mine the front door. Probably the Goliaths, the golems, to mine the front door. And
The Goliath set the golems.
the Goliath set the golem, so technically I was half right. And we're going to put on this one. And you sit around sharpening your weapons, preparing for the night, and setting watch. And it's about that time that Esmerelda looks over at you, and you're having a bit of conversation, and she asks you about your time here. And as you are explaining the history of your time in Barovia, you had mentioned that the last time that you had come through, or I guess when you'd entered the country, you had had a reading from Madame Ava, and that later on Shasta had had a second one done. And Esmerelda kind of raised one of her very sleekly arched eyebrows. Really? She asked what day that was, and then gives you a slightly pouty frown. That doesn't make any sense. I passed Madame Ava that morning, leaving Barovia. That's when I came in. I don't know who gave you that reading, my friends, but I don't think it was Madame Ava. The devil takes on many faces. Have you been going off of this information? Letting it guide your steps?
Not rightly sure. I didn't pay much attention to it, honestly.
That is the thing about you foreigners.
Pretty vague.
It's not vague. It's very mystical.
It was so vague.
And the things that are mystical do not have to be vague. Sometimes they are, but in this case, I think that more it is Madame Ava, blessings on her soul, is not the least secretive person in the world. I mean, I suppose we all have our secrets, but, you know.
Well, I mean, part of the problem for us, as you did say, we are foreigners, and things that would create or draw to mind landmarks for a local have little meaning to us. Perhaps if we had some sort of local guide, it would enhance our ability to follow.
Would this guide have to be as fierce as she is beautiful?
I mean, I would certainly not turn down the
Obviously.
guidance of nature.
And would she be paid her weight in gold? Or perhaps given the chance to stab a blood-sucking bastard that lives in a castle, kind of like that one. She points out the window toward Ravenloft.
That we
I
can
could
do.
probably arrange, yeah.
Oh, I happen to know just a person. I would be happy to help you out.
You don't say.
Yeah, well, if of course you are willing to help me out.
What'd you need?
I need to find my mentor. I know that Van Richten has returned to Barovia. And Van Richten
Legendary vampire killer.
Legendary vampire killer. Very useful when you're trying to kill a vampire.
That was what I was thinking.
Yes. How about you, Zanipants?
I think you also need a new wagon.
Well, she doesn't have anything to carry in a wagon anymore.
That's true.
It's true.
You blew it up.
From what
Oh,
were
you got spare arms. You can carry all the booty that we find.
I've got enough booty. The way I see it, this wedding is in 4 days. Okay, starting this morning. So I guess 4.5 days, because I'm pretty sure Strahd's not going to do it under the sun. Let me take that back real quick out of character, because she knows better than Kelly does. 1 second. Because that bloodsucker, she wouldn't say his name, so let me rephrase that, is probably not going to do things under the light of the day. You'll be busy. You're not going to get much sleep, but I can help you.
Alright, let's do it.
Makes sense to me.
The Toroka, being misled at that stage of your adventure is not ideal. But if you want, it just so happens that Togatta was one of the only things that survived Xanipan's blowing up my wagon.
That's incredibly convenient.
Yeah, it really is. It was also in a metal box, which helps. Togatta's hard to find out in the great wide world. You try finding one in Faerun, it's impossible.
Where?
It's one of the worlds just outside of those gates. Lots of elves. It's alright. They have this place called the Sword Coast and the Spine of the World, and there's a good place called Waterdeep. Of course, if you take a left turn out
of the worlds?
Sorry, yeah, there are lots of worlds. Barovia, so to my understanding, Barovia doesn't really exist. I mean, it kind of does. It's
Shouldn't I do like a history, arcana, anything to see?
You can make me an arcana roll.
I want to know what the hell Shasta knows about any of this, if anything.
Sure,
This
make
is
me an
wild.
arcana roll.
Dawn Color's just like,
What'd you get?
7. I rolled a 2.
It's all a dream. You're like, maybe this is like a dream realm. Maybe
I mean,
this
is
it's an illusion.
There's not other worlds. This is just like we just got teleported somewhere else.
It's true.
It was just cursed.
Introverts Guild, I'm enjoying playing her a lot too, actually. So the way I see it, it's kind of like the entire world is its own thing, all right? And okay, picture like a spider's web. And she'll gesture up to the corner of the room where there is in fact a spider's web in the top mildewy corner of this old tower. You see how the spider's web touches on, what is that, about 12, 13 points? Well, each one of those points is a new world. A new thing that this, the multi-world thingy connects to. I'm paraphrasing what Van Richten told me. And Barovia kind of floats like that cocoon right in the middle. It's not part of the other worlds. It's disconnected. It's but reachable. If you wander in, you get stuck as well. So also very good metaphor. Very good metaphor. I like it a lot.
That concerning metaphor, given that it implies that something is sitting and waiting to consume anything that enters and travels amongst it.
It's true. I mean, I'm lucky I can come and go as I please. Vistana. Do you not know the story?
No, I think we were told the story.
Ah, good.
No, just
yeah, somebody saving somebody.
We saved his life when he was a man, and he forever gave us passage to go where we want, which is why there's always a little bit of Vistani no matter where you go. We change our names a lot. You know, the Vistani, the Romani. In some places, we call ourselves the Varisians. You know, it is what it is. Different branches of the family too, of course. You know, don't want to be a stereotype. Anyway, but yeah, so you want to get some sleep, and when we wake up in the morning, we take these kids somewhere. We what? Sell them for money? I don't know what you want to do.
take them to an orphanage or somewhere where they were looked
There are no
after.
orphanages in Barovia.
I don't know. Find someone who'll adopt them.
Well, there aren't very many places to take them. Like maybe Kresk, but that's a backtrack.
The goodness, I don't know the correct term. The Raven gentleman did say they would be safe in Vallaki.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, the one you were talking to on the way out. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. The Ian, right? The blue water. Yeah, that will be temporary. Well, hey, so we're all just temporary.
I hope so.
Do you? I'm having a hell of a good time.
I don't know. I sort of prefer that the non-immortal aspect of my heritage in that regard. I think living forever would get boring eventually. Maybe not. I don't know.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Drive you batshit insane.
Possibly like the bloodsucker.
Well, you do me a favor. I don't want to get up. Over in that trunk over there. If Van Richten was staying here, he would have kept a little bit of oil. In like a little oil can.
Sure, Shasta will go look for that.
Sure, there will be a rusty oil can with a little bit of the equivalent of lubrication oil, right? Like WD-40. Do you mind?
Sure, yeah.
And at that point, she'll reach down, and I don't know if you really have noticed, but she pivots off one of her legs at the knee and begins to do a little bit of maintenance work on her prosthetic, which is this gear and clockwork mechanism that basically takes off everything of just below the knee of her right foot. It's pretty cool looking, actually. She gets to work on it. So, do you want the reading tonight or in the morning?
Might as well do it tonight. We're here anyway.
Okay. All right. And she will begin to deal the cards. All right. There are many things that will help you in your journey. Right. What I need you to do now is all sit around me in a circle. Do you do so?
I will get up and move.
Okay. Ismark will get up and look. Not you, pretty boy. You're from inside of Barovia. That would just fuck everything up. Okay. Everyone who is not from Barovia, as far as they know. Because that's always a fun one. What happens if you're actually from Barovia? What happens if you're actually just a plant here, put here by the vampire?
I'd rather not consider that.
Yeah, you always have to consider things with vampires. They always erase your minds and do stupid stuff. You know, they make you love them, they make you worship them, and then they bite you.
I don't think you have to be a vampire to end up in that situation.
I think we've known some of the same men. Some of the same women.
I dearly hope not, for both of our sakes.
This is true. Well, so looking at what we have, and she'll begin to shuffle the cards. Now, I don't know who lied to you before, and I don't know what was real before. But what is going to happen now is going to be everything forevermore. Do you remember the original reading? Good. Forget it. Put it out of your damn heads.
Days.
Okay? Here's the thing about Barovia. The mists, they warp everything. They change everything. They lie. Even Madame Eva can be lied to. Even that bastard in the tower can be lied to. I want you all to think about your goal. Whether it be to kill or finally lay to rest that fangy brute, whether to rescue his sister, or rather just to get the hell out of here. Focus on it. Focus hard. And when you're focused, I want you to say, win, each of you, in turn. Alright, win. Next.
When?
Okay. The rest of you?
I'm good.
You too.
One.
And
Sorry, this is where I normally count cards, but I lost count. So I guess now?
that could be one of 2 cards then.
Uh-oh.
Alright. And then what does the cat want? Of course you'd want that one. Alright. So, let's take a look at what is on the table. She begins to deal the cards out, putting them on a small piece of cloth that she has stripped off of the old bed in this tower. She sets it down and lays out the 5 cards face down. Slowly, with her gloved hand, she reaches down and flips them, as gentle as if she were swaddling a newborn. The first card, as she reaches to flip it over, she says, "This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy." She flips it over and shows... One moment while I check this out real quick. The wizard. Look for a wizard's tower. On the lake. I see a wizard's name and servant guide you to that which you speak. What do you think that means? There is an important item in a tower by the lake, where a wizard's name comes in very handy. And you can probably use it to boss someone around. Does that sound familiar?
Sword.
Aye, what?
I mean, isn't this a wizard's tower by like?
I'm being sarcastic. Look, I'm trying to make this easier for you because I'm not a cryptic bitch. Okay, so that's good. That's 1 step accomplished. So, the servant will help you find what you seek. So when this is done, maybe go boss someone around and tell him to go, or tell it to go bring you something from this place that's hidden. You already found Van Richten's stash, right? In the wall? That nice rapier of his? There's probably another place hidden around this building. Okay. The next card. She goes through again. This card tells of a powerful force for good, for protection, a holy symbol of great hope. And she says this, her voice lowers a bit, and she starts to get into the draw, and you can feel that a certain level of a trance overtakes her every time she touches onto the cards. It's like she comes out of water every time she starts to speak in her normal voice again. This, the tax collector. The tax collector. Which is on a different page. Yes, it is, of course. I was like, shit, I had it a second ago. The Vistani have what you seek. A missing child holds the key to its release. Hopefully that is useful. Okay, number 3. This card is a power and strength. Well, the weapon. It tells of a weapon of vengeance. A sword of sunlight. She flips the card slowly. Whoop. What's a crown? Damn. Sorry, one sec, guys. Stars, swords. What? Glyphs? Does it not just exist if I... Weird. I don't think it exists if I pull that one. Okay, well what if I pulled that one? There we go. The Paladin. It's funny though. Because it is stuck together. With another card. I believe this is the Providence of Zan. And your weird choice. She looks the cards over. I see a sleeping prince, a servant of light and the brother of darkness. The treasure lies with him. And I also see a fallen house guarded by a great stone dragon. Look to the highest peak. Something awaits you at one of these locations. So maybe something awaits you at both. The next sheds light on one who will greatly help you in your fight against the darkness. She runs her hands over the cards again. Interesting. Very interesting. You have many friends waiting for you. You have made many friends who will follow you and fight with you. However, the one that will guide you and at this point, I do want to ask, does anybody have any final preference on this one? Okay.
Oh, but she's pretty good.
What's that?
Her? She's good.
I mean, she's good, but... Alright. You have an ally among the Vistani. They have suffered a great loss and are haunted by dark dreams. Help them, and they will help you in return. Finally, the last place. The last thing that matters. Your enemy is the creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond morality, beyond mortality, beyond time. This last card will lead you to him. The Dark Lord. A little cliche. He lurks in the depths of darkness, in the one place in which he must return. Was that useful? I don't... Okay, what did I just say? Let's walk through it. Maybe I can help you find some landmarks.
All right. I think, well, do you remember the first at least, where you offered guidance during the reading?
No, not really. It was kind of like coming out of a dream to pee.
Well, then it is this tower. It was the wizard.
Well, that's convenient.
Very much so.
You're gonna ask the golem to find it? Maybe do it in the morning, but when we wake up.
I look at Dawncaller because she has golem control. So
I was gonna go wander and look.
Are you gonna do that right now?
No, in the daylight.
Okay. What were the other ones? It was...
the second powerful force for good was the Vistani have what we seek. Apparently, a missing child holds the key to finding it. I look at the missing children we have with us.
Conveniently, we have some missing children.
We do. Luckily as well, there's a Vistani encampment not that far from Vallaki.
I think that's the one we're familiar with.
No, you're thinking of the Sir Falls camp. The Sir Falls. This is another one. It's nearby. Not too far out of your way.
Useful.
I suppose not too far out of our way. We can make it there pretty easily. And if it's not there, then we can look around. Yeah. No, I'm thinking of... Just let me check my map. That's the town of Vallaki. It is at P. Oh, actually, it's just right outside the village. Never mind. Okay, so Vistani. That's good. What next?
Vague. Oh, I mean, it was pretty vague. Something about the Paladin and something to do with Zan and making whatever choice he made.
There were 2 cards. Draw.
Yeah, they were stuck together.
Oh, that's great. That's just great. Okay. So what are the 2 cards? The Paladin?
That's the only one that I actually caught. Did you catch the other one?
Not the title of the card, but in your trance, you mentioned that there is a house guarded by a stone dragon, and that we are to look to the highest peak. And for the Paladin, a sleeping prince, brother of darkness.
Sergei.
The friend of yours?
No.
No?
I've heard stories that during his mortal time, the devil had a brother. For every dark side of a coin, there's a light side. Well, Sergei was the good guy. That's about all I know, but I've heard stories. He would be in Castle Ravenloft. Or what's left of him. He's probably dead. Van Richten would know more. The other place, the dragon, there are quite a few places with dragon iconography around here. Brother Karos, you will remember immediately from a dream that you had several nights ago.
I'm flipping through my notes and trying to remember what it was called.
Argenvastholst. It is called... let me just make sure I'm pronouncing it all correctly. So, Argenvastholt. Argenvastholt. Or the hold of Argenvast.
I may have dreamed of such a place. Remember, shortly after Shortly after the first time I died here, I was granted the vision of a great manor. An Argon of Osthold.
Yeah. It doesn't ring a bell, really. I know that there are lots of places. There was a holy order for a while about a dragon that tried to stop the devil and basically just kind of went the way that it always does. Well, that's a good place to check as well, especially if you had a dream. Although, I must say, priest, if that's what you're dreaming about, maybe you should find some better dreams. A little more exciting. Okay, what were the other two?
Well, our friend, our helper, will be from among the Vlaki, haunted by dark dreams, in need of our help to find something lost. I arch an eyebrow at her.
I don't know many people among the Vlaki, but...
Oh, sorry, Vistani. Cars wouldn't make that mess up, that was me.
I'll allow that because you gave me Strahd earlier.
Yeah. Among the Vistani.
I mean, it might... could be a lot of people. But, you know what? I'll help you find them.
This we appreciate.
Hey, not a problem. The last one, I could see the card in my hand, the Dark Lord. What did I say?
Something about lurking in the depths of darkness in the one place he must return.
Ah! I can do that one. I know that one for sure. Vampires. When they are slain, they always must return to their grave.
Ah.
So, you just gotta go down into the crypt. If you can't find him anywhere else, he'll be in the crypt. You are fated to encounter him there, if nowhere else. No, the fate is flexible. So, for example, you drop a piano on him from high above before he can get to the crypt, still counts. If he dodges the piano, go to the crypt.
Okay.
Don't think we're gonna get piano.
Yeah, none of you are powerful wizards, are you?
No.
Not that type.
Not a piano wizard? Yeah. I know a piano wizard once. Good guy. Okay, well... Do you have somewhere to plan now?
Personally, I just want to go to bed.
You know what? I agree. Unfortunately, there's only one bed. And it's now full of children.
You get the meaning. I will find a less horrible patch of ground.
Yeah, wake me when you... come find me when you wake from your trance. I will take first watch downstairs. You can come with me. Pretty boy. Yes, I shall. Good. Come get me in 4 hours. And she will head down the elevator. With Ismark, leaving you to discuss plans and take a nap.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, everybody's going to bed?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, so... that's the winery. I need to go back another 2 steps. Sounds good. Alright. Time passes, as it tends to do, and before long morning comes. It's cold and chilly, and the mists of Barovia are hanging dewily around your ankles, no matter where you are. Even up in the tower, it seems like the mist is wrapping the entire trying to think of a metaphor that isn't phallic. The entire shaft of the tower, basically just encroaching around the entire girth of the like. Come on, help me out here, guys. The entire circumference is slightly less sexual. That's good.
Column?
Silhouette of the tower is
The tower be misty, yo.
Yeah.
All right, so the tower is misty, and as dawn cracks across the horizon, at least as much as it ever does, at least light begins to filter in through the darkness of Barovia. You find yourselves waking up from your duties. You stretch, you prepare yourselves, you go relieve yourselves in the bushes outside, checking for werewolves as you do, and
You do.
gather up your things.
I'm gonna spend part of the morning poking around the tower.
Okay. Now, how are you doing this?
I think I'm basically gonna go floor to floor and then outside and just kind of go around poking everything.
Okay. So you
Knocking on walls, banging on the floor.
So you poke a lot of things and bang on a lot of things. What I need you to do, as you are looking around, opening the door. So you check the floors, and there are 4 floors to this tower. The first floor is a flag-strewn floor that's strewn with debris, a few old crates near the eastern wall, a torn curtain partially obscures the lower vestibule. A 5-foot square indentation in the center of the floor is where the elevator is. The second floor is full of dust and cobwebs, otherwise empty. The wooden floor is badly rotted and damaged. Are you going to search that one?
Sure.
Okay. I need a dex save.
Okay. $20.
20. Okay.
Unnatural.
Unnatural. Okay, you're going to take no damage from this, but you're going to step out onto the floor, and as soon as you do, all the flooring around your first step is going to suddenly give way and drop you 20 feet onto the first floor.
Okay. That's fine.
You're far too heavy for this. As you head up to the third floor, and as that happens, actually, one moment, I just got to check something real quick. So all of you above will hear a crash. I'm assuming some of us are outside. I think the children are probably taken outside as Dawncaller pokes around. You'll hear a crash as she tumbles through the first, or down to the first floor from the second. And the tower itself rumbles slightly. This place is not the most stable. What do you do now?
I'll keep poking around and looking.
The third
Little thing like the tower rumbling isn't gonna put me off.
Are you going to check the second floor or more, or just the third floor?
I'll climb back up and have a look at the second floor.
Okay. So what you're gathering here, just looking around, all of the floor around this central shaft of the elevator appears to be incredibly rickety. Can you make me an investigation roll?
Sure. 18.
18. Looking around, you think that some of the areas closer to the walls are a bit more sturdy, but you'd have to jump across them without landing on a weak spot.
Okay. I'll attempt it.
Okay. So 18. I want you to go ahead and make me a dexterity check just to try to angle yourself correctly. You can easily jump the distance, but I want you to be able to try to gauge it.
Okay. That ends up being 19.
19. Okay. So you'll be able to do so basically leaping across the floor. One of your boots is going to go right through the floor, but you'll be able to catch yourself by thrusting your other boot into the side of the wall and grabbing onto the windowsill of this floor.
Okay.
Looking around the floor, you can see that there's not terribly much here. You can actually look up through several holes that lead to the third floor.
Okay.
Which looks to be even more rotted out than this. And it looks like at least at one point someone fell from the 3rd floor to the 1st floor. Crashing down and down and down. Make me an intelligence roll.
14.
14? Off the top of your head, you remember back to what Esmerelda said last night while she was in a trance. Ask the servant to help. Clay golems are big, but they're not particularly heavy. They're only about, I believe they're about 5 feet tall, the ones that you had fighting earlier, and they probably weigh about 100, 150 pounds.
Now, would something like that be able to take a command like search?
Yes, you had it fighting in battle, remember?
Well, I mean, I figured that's a fairly simple hit that.
It seems like it is encoded into its master's request, so if the wizard that owned this tower hid something away.
Okay. I will scramble down and go find it, and...
The golems are waiting on the 1st floor where they are continuously pulling the crank on the elevator to help you up and down.
Alright.
Oh, you also have the animated suit of armor kicking around. That's what you had fighting. Never mind. So yes, you had a suit of animated armor that's hanging out on the 1st floor watching, or keeping guard as well.
Okay. I will order the golems to retrieve what is hidden.
Okay. Did
I
anybody?
don't know if that'll work, but
did anybody take the head in oil that was upstairs in the chest, or did you leave it?
Oh man, I remember messing around with it.
So there was
and commenting on its terrible decor.
There was
choices?
a decapitated head in oil in a jar, I believe.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, there's a whole discussion about... here's the quote.
Oh, no, it's just a severed head that's slightly oily. That's what it is.
Why the fuck is there a head in here? Is one of the comments.
Because he's just trying to get ahead.
Yeah,
Did you just leave it in the chest?
I think we just left it.
Okay.
I think we talked about it and went, wow, that's gross.
All right. So a few moments later, the clay golem will look at you, nod, groan, and move through the rubble. It will begin searching. Just one moment, please. Well, as you ask for that, actually, where is everyone else? I need to know this right now. Zan, would you be outside?
Yeah, I'm probably letting all the kids take turns feeding the cat, keeping them occupied and out of the way.
Nice. That's good. What are you doing, Brother Kairos?
Is there a fireplace on the main floor or the top floor?
There is on the top floor, yes.
Yep, up there praying.
Okay. Shasta.
Probably trying to wake up and doing morning exercises and figuring out if she needs to drink someone's blood.
You'd probably be doing that outside then.
Yeah, she's trying not to be too close to the kids for that. Just in case.
So yeah, you are starting to feel kind of hangry. Okay, so
I should do that roll if you want me to. I think.
You should do that roll. Go ahead and make me that roll.
There was another thing that I had too, the second one, which had something to do with
yes, it is your delusions.
Yeah.
Which is during a long... Oh, you mean you make me a wisdom save right now?
Yeah, so I have to do 2 different saves here, I think.
Yep, so give me the wisdom save first.
Okay. Oh no.
What'd you get?
Well, I rolled a 4, so wisdom save makes that a 9.
Do you want to use your inspiration?
Does it seem like something I should use the inspiration on? Yeah, I'll use it.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure otherwise I get no benefit from a long rest.
That is correct.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Okay, so that ends up being a much better roll at 21.
21, you are fine. And go ahead and give me your blood drinking roll.
Which, let me just double check that guy.
DC Charisma.
Oh, right. Charisma, right. That's what it was. Yeah, it's a little awkward. A little awkward, that one. Why do I have so many? Okay, well, it's fine. Well, I rolled a 5, but what was the DC?
Not 5.
Because I get a +8 to charisma saves.
All right, so you did fail this one. So there is no readily available blood nearby. So what's going to happen is you're going to have 1 level of exhaustion until you consume blood.
Yep.
So basically, you're outside going.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
Now, meanwhile, Brother Karas, you are up in the top of the tower, and as you are up there, doing your prayers, you'll start to make me a perception roll, please. As you ask the clay golems to go find that thing, Dawncaller, the 4 golems will nod and slowly dissolve into puddles, seeping into the foundation of the building. Brother Karas, what'd you get?
21.
21. You will start to feel the tower shake and shudder.
Sorry, higher than that, but yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right. And let me just see what happens if it falls down.
You go, ouch.
Magic fall, each creature inside the tower. Okay. So the tower begins to shake and shiver, and I'm gonna make a roll right now to see whether or not it completely fails. All right. There is a tremendous rumbling sound from inside of the foundation of the tower, and the tower begins to collapse. Brother Karas, what do you do?
Oh goodness, is the elevator up or down?
The elevator would be down because people wrote it down. There is a chain. Actually, there are 4 chains descending down to the main floor, 80 feet below.
I mean...
And outside of the window, there are a series of scaffolds.
Probably go for the scaffolds. Brother Karas is not a swashbuckler.
Okay. All right, going for the scaffolds. Let me look up the rickety scaffolding. How much do you weigh?
That is a wonderful question. I need to do some basic math because I am
Plus minus 200.
I'm less than 200.
That's even with armor?
That's what the math I'm doing.
Okay. What kind of armor are you wearing?
Scale. That's why I think it might push me above 200.
Scale's weird.
Yeah. Basically, Brother Karas is like 170, so scale is 30 plus, which I think it is. I crack the. I think scales. I think I'm cracking it.
I gotta check. Oh, I've got it right here. One sec. Scale. No, damn it! I forgot they put equipment in a.
Scale's 45. Yes, I'm more than 200.
Okay. All right. So you jump out the window. You grab your things and leap.
I mean.
Let's see if anything falls on it 20 feet from me. Okay. So you are going to hit the scaffolding, and I need you to make me an acrobatics roll.
All right. You know what? I am going to spend my inspiration on this because I think I'm pretty high up.
You're 80 feet up, yeah.
Yep. I'm going to spend my inspiration on this.
Sounds good.
17.
17. Okay. So you are going to leap out the window. And as you do, you are going to hit the first scaffolding. You're going to land as gracefully as you can, but your feet are going to plunge right through it. There is a shattering noise as you start to fall through scaffold after scaffold, which does slow your fall on the way down. Okay, so you are only going to take half damage from this because of that momentum shift. All right. Oh, I could have rolled way worse. That's great. 4... 5, 10, 16, 23. Okay, cool. You're going to take 11 points of damage from the fall.
Okay.
And make it 13 total.
Okay.
So basically, that you're going to get a little bit of shrapnel kind of jammed into you as you fall, like little bits of broken wood are going to plunge into you. Those of you who are outside are going to see the tower start to shake and roll. Dawncaller, you're in the first floor right now and see it start to do here as well. What do you do?
Mm-hmm.
Above you, you hear someone collapse through a bunch of wood.
I guess I will get out.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to say that you have... how far away are you going from the tower?
I don't know, 30, 40 feet, I guess?
40 feet? Okay. All right. So you're going to fall. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So you're going to run from the tower. All of you are going to see the damn thing start to swivel on itself, shifting as the stones become unmoored from their mortars, start grinding across each other. Brother Karos, you are going to hit the ground hard just as you see this thing start to come down. Can you make me an athletics roll to get out of the way?
5.
5? Does anybody want to use an inspiration on him?
Sure.
Okay, that's probably for the best because it's not as bad as if you were in the tower. That's 24d10 bludgeoning.
It's 16.
16. Okay, fantastic. So that is far
Pretty
less.
good because my bonus is +0.
That's great. Okay. Oh yeah, that's... Wow, that's a weird roll. Yeah, that would have been awful for you. I'm glad. So you are going to take an additional 12 points of damage.
All right.
Just from falling debris as you hit the ground and rush out of the way. Bits of stonework collapsing on you as the entire tower shudders and then falls directly over. Part of the tip of the tower plunges into the lake nearby.
Well, crap.
And the tower is no more. Esmerelda calls over. Priest! What did you do to my tower? I like that thing!
I didn't do anything. It was... Well, I don't know what it was. Tower just started to shift and move.
Wasn't me, I was over here.
As the dust begins to roll across you, there will be a sudden spark of electricity from the tower as the defensive warding magics finally snap and give way. A thunderclap erupts through the sky, and you will hear as the ghost of a spell rips off to the sky, turning skeletal for a moment before vanishing into the mist.
The hell was that?
The fuck?
Can I get everyone here to make me a perception roll?
Sure. We'll give that a shot.
Yeah, you might as well.
I mean, at least if anything was hidden, it might now be laid bare.
19.
19.
23.
23.
Ooh, wait, is it
18.
exhaustion impact?
Yeah, I think it gives you disadvantage on...
In that case, let me double check that, because it's not a save, it's an ability
yeah,
check.
I believe it's a... You get it on ability checks. What'd you get, Zan?
Let me double check
6.
6.
that. 'Cause,
These kids are really cute. Maybe you should adopt them and, like, you know...
Pinching cheeks.
Pinch cheeks. You have disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah, okay. I just got to that page. Okay, well, it's not too bad. That's a 16.
Okay. Dawncaller and Shasta will hear something, but not before Brother Karas picks himself up, dusts himself off, and you will hear a grinding, shifting noise, like someone is trying to escape from beneath the tower.
Oh.
Oh, actually, one sec. Oh yeah. Dawncaller, as you fled out, the animated armor stood in the doorway and got smushed.
Nuts.
Yeah. Because it was just standing in the doorway. I rolled to see if it would have followed you, and it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
There is a moment of grinding, and then a dirty clay hand will suddenly push itself out of the rubble. Do you head over to it, Brother Cars?
Yes, presumably I'm like I'm a bit rattled because I just jumped out of a tower that then fell on me. So I head towards it on the assumption that it's someone stuck in the tower. And I probably actually slow down a little bit when I see a clay hand rather than a humanoid hand. But I'm headed that way.
Okay. It thrusts something up at you. And I'm just double checking which thing it is. It hands you a small bundle wrapped in wax cloth.
Thank you.
The hand will slowly deteriorate, turning once again to just regular mud. And the tower, aside from a bit of settling brick, is silent again. There we go. Unwrapping. As you unwrap the wax, you will see that there is a large tome, about the size of a spell book. It has an ornate crest in silver emblazoned on its brown cover, as well as a key latch. It's bound with thick leather. Its hinges and fastenings are silver, as I said, but reinforced with steel. The latch is not presently locked.
Okay. Is there anything written on the cover in a language I can read?
Not on the cover. Do you open it?
Walking towards everyone, I'll go, the man of mud handed me a book, and I'll, like, hold it up.
Did you have the thing? Go get the thing? Dawn Caller.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Oh. I didn't think it was going to knock the whole tower down.
It must have been buried deep. I guess whatever this wizard was kept it hidden there. What does it say?
Nothing on the front. To open it up and look.
Esmerelda takes a 5-foot step back. Go ahead.
That was my thinking as well. Now, I do not wish to waste too much time, but give me 10 or so minutes to look at this. And I'll put the book down on the ground, and unless anyone stops me, like, light an incense and say a small prayer as I cast Detect Magic to see what sort of explodey thing is going to get me when I open this.
All right, let me see what kind of exploding thing is going to get you. Okay, so
Cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
this sounds good. So what does it do? All right, so it doesn't appear that there's anything innately magical about it. It looks safe.
I'll look up. Oh.
You detect no magic traps.
I'll look up and go, there doesn't seem to be any sort of magic around this book. It's possible, given the reading, that it is simply a book of history. Oh, sometimes you need to spark a fire to see how big it grows. And I flip open the book.
Okay. So you flip it open, and it is largely illegible. It is an old manuscript that looks like it's written in kind of an archaic shorthand. And much of it is damaged with time. One moment, actually. So, Neil, I'm going to give you two options. Either you can read it privately, or I can read it aloud for everyone.
Brother Cars would read it aloud for the group, so...
Okay. Do you want me to send you the thing?
Sure, or you can just read it, whatever's easier.
Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to send it to you right now in the chat. That, in theory, should work.
Sorry, Zoom's like, you want to redirect? And I'm like, yes, I do.
And it's like, no. Okay.
All right. Now I see why you sent this to me.
Wait, hold on.
So, tell me, hold on.
Yeah. Mine. Oh. Yeah, you can go ahead. I just wanted to make sure that was the right thing.
All right. All right. So, I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior. I was just and good. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god, but the wars and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of the just god, but with none of the god's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the castle Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, a rare beauty, who was called Perfection, Joy, and Treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy. But she spurned me. Sorry, out of character. This definitely feels like Strahd's Twitter rant. Old One was my name to her. Elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed. The date was set. With words, she called me brother. But when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name. Death. It was the death of the aged that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it. But I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me, and so I came to hate death, my death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found Tatiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I made for her. I pursued her, finally. In despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mists. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guards pierced me to my soul, but I did not die. Nor did I live. I became undead, forever. I have studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and light I fear the most, but little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the sword, that cursed sword that Sergei brought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Tatiana. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. She taunts me. What will it take to bend her love to me? I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs that none may disturb me. The Brother Cars closes the book.
All right. Well,
Oh my god.
we know
Wait,
he's
no, I don't
crazy.
close the book. I'm sorry.
Is that
Oh
right?
no, the second link is just the same? Oh, thank god.
It's just an expanded version of the first, yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
God. Oh god.
I'm sorry, I lost my place.
Yeah, it sounds like you're not the only one.
That was
Creepy?
the word. I think is loquacious, long-winded.
I mean, it's a diary, right? It's like what schoolgirls use to titter about their feelings.
Was that one entry, or was that several entries?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's like,
I alighted across several entries.
Okay, well that's a little better because otherwise it's just this deterioration of it's still this horrible. Oh my god.
I mean, I assume so. The shorthand.
I hope so.
so what did we learn from reading his diary?
He's a self-pitying edgelord.
Yeah. We knew that already. Do you see the way he dresses?
He has a lot of time on
We'll
his
get a good
hands.
Oh, you're talking about the sword that he's vulnerable to, or afraid of.
There's that, yeah, that's true.
And
Sunlight hurts him.
Sunlight hurts him. Good.
Stakes do not hurt him, but stop him from moving.
What's her name again?
Irina.
Irina is probably, or at least he thinks she's reincarnated.
From my sister, as Mark says. I see.
Probably why he's been obsessed.
very unfortunate for her.
I can see why he would think that. Irina is beautiful, and she also came to us out of the mists when she was a child.
We don't know much about our enemy. Or, we know more now. But is he the sort to be put off by directed comments? Would invoking the name of his past love in some way cause him to lose focus or focus upon the person who makes remarks of that sort towards him?
I would imagine
Seems
so.
the type to hold a grudge.
Maybe be tactical with it. We should hide that. If he knows we have that, he'll target us even more.
Look how much he wrote. If he can write that much, imagine what would happen if you confronted him with it.
I mean, listen, I realize that he is our adversary. But everyone has kept an embarrassing journal at one point in their life. And if we all dragged up ours, they would look just as bad upon later reflection.
Just as bad?
I don't think just as bad. There's a very particular level of terrible going on here.
Okay. But that's good. That means that if you go up against him, maybe don't bring it up immediately. Like, if past the salt, also you killed your brother and your...
Be like, oh, I wonder
Vomited your
why
sister to
Yeah.
like...
That reminds me of this adult play I saw, this puppet show. Oh, stepfather, oh, I'm stuck in the washing basin. Can you help me? You know how it goes.
I have not seen one of those before.
You've never seen an erotic puppet show? Oh, you're missing out.
I will huddle the children closer together.
How are puppets erotic?
I'll take a step back.
They're specialized puppets.
I mean,
The same way this can be erotic. You just go like this, and then there's a thing.
Hey kids, look at the
Dawn
cat.
Color just is very much like,
Here's some more food for the cat. Give her a stern look.
you city dwellers are weird.
Honestly.
Neil was laughing. Brother Carr is probably was confused. Just for the record.
I just called you out in the Twitch chat,
Amy
actually,
finds
Neil.
this absolutely hilarious.
I've just put in the Twitch chat Neil trying not to lose it over stepsister memes. It's so good. It's so funny. I'll send you some memes later, Neil.
Oh, no.
They're so good. All right. So now what do we do?
It hurts.
I guess. I mean, we might as well hunt down your fellow.
Yeah. Want to find the sword. Or did we find the sword?
We didn't find
Sounds
it.
like he'd be useful.
So we need to find that sword.
That sounds like a good sword.
It's like a really useful sword.
I cannot wait to have that sword.
Yeah.
Well, actually, one nice thing about this is that it confirms part of the Taroka reading.
Good.
If the sword is indeed with Sergei, we know where Sergei is from here. And from what you told us earlier. And that means we have 2 data points that point to the same place.
Also, the end of that journal said exactly what the Taroka reading said. That he always must dwell down, down, down inside of the castle, in his crypt. All signs,
This is true.
all signs point to me being a genius.
I don't see why. Okay, can we just. Why would you write about all of your weaknesses, even in your diary, and just, like, leave it existing? That
He
seems like
probably
a
doesn't
poor
realize that
forethought.
it's still existing.
Because he thinks he's unstoppable.
His arrogance, then.
It was buried under a tower.
I don't know
But
how
how
he
did it get
lost it in the
there?
first place. Someone probably stole it from the castle at some point.
Highly likely.
Maybe planning to use it against him. Regardless, we should cover that up. Hide it. Put it at the bottom of a sack or something like that.
Sounds like a good idea.
Right.
So what do we do next?
Well,
Do we know where to go? Direction? Other than get to Castle Ravenloft and spend some time diving into the crypts? I think we have to do some stuff first.
we have to get back to Vallaki and get rid of these kids. The kids. Oh, wait.
Kids.
One moment. The children are not taking the collapse of the tower well and have started to cry and wail. Ah, it's scary.
Oh, look, the
Oh,
cute
no.
cat. Where'd the cat go?
Make me a perception roll, or pardon me, a persuasion roll.
Just gonna try and calm some of them down. What do you want me to do here?
Zan, you can
Animal
roll.
handling?
You can roll with advantage thanks to Shasta helping.
Okay. My persuasion, there it is.
That was a bad joke.
19.
Bad joke.
19. Okay. One kid's gonna cry a bit, but the rest of them are gonna calm down. Hans is a whiner though.
Fat.
Ah, scary elf lady. Don't mind him. He's afraid of elves because he's a chicken shit. Don't say bad words. I just call it like it is.
That's okay. I'm a chicken too.
And I'm only half elf.
Ah, half
I'm
scary.
a half chicken.
Ah.
Well, that's not as scary as it could be.
All right. And so with that, do you all head back out across the way? No better time to hop in what remains of your... I guess you still have a wagon, so you can put them in the back of the wagon. Gather up your horses and begin traversing across the way toward Vallaki. Yes, Neil?
Is Esmeralda suggesting we hide the book here or that we bring it with us in a concealed manner?
Just either or.
Okay.
Just don't be walking around
Don't be
reading
walking
it.
around with it, because, like,
Be like, "Oh,
that's me
look
as the
at
dungeon
this,
master
oh,
being
yes."
like, hey, he, like, point blank tries to kill the person that owns it when he knows that you have it.
You're like, oh, look, on this day he did this and this, and so I'm walking down the road being like, oh.
Oh, look, Strahd wears women's underwear, and he's not open about it. Come on, man. It's 2020. No one cares. Just
I say we just bury it
Yeah.
live your freak.
now that we've read it.
I mean, we could rip out the good pages.
That's
Yeah.
true. You could just rip out the pages at the back.
Oh, and then if we have to visit his place, we could just leave him in saucy locations.
True. This actually seems like a pretty decent idea. Let's do that.
All right, yeah, you can actually
Yeah.
just cut them out easily with, like, a quick dagger swipe.
All right, how
It's
many
just-
pages are there?
It's probably about 5. 4?
Sure, let's take one each.
4 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
all
let's take
about
one each.
vandalism.
Okay. All right. And with that, you will be able to bury the rest of the book and start heading out. So you know where the book is in case you get it. I couldn't find if there was another mechanical advantage for having the book. So I don't think that it really matters overall. The knowledge is the most important thing, and the XP that it gets you.
Start reading excerpts from it to Strahd in front of him.
Yes, that is a tactic. That is a tactic you can do.
Sounds like it would be a dangerous tactic.
Yes, it is a dangerous tactic, but if you need him to stop being a smart fighter for a round, that's a great way to do it.
Wedding
All right,
speech,
time to
y'all.
distract.
If we have to go to his wedding, we can stand up and be like, I have a couple words I'd like to share.
That's probably not the time.
Suicide.
Sorry, too soon?
Too soon. I remember Strahd's last attempt at marriage.
Let me tell you about it.
Oh,
Shots
boy.
fired.
It was
Shots will be fired out of a cannon into the sun. Okay. So gathering up the children into the wagons and gathering your horses and Esmeralda's horse, you start heading down the way. And as you are making your way down, let me just roll to see if shit happens. Shit does not happen the first half hour.
I like when
And
shit happens.
shit does not happen the second hour. Good to know. However, as you are making your way across, you follow the old Svalit road, and as you do, you find yourself nearing one of the crossings. But I'd like everyone to make me an insight roll real quick.
and I'm rolling with a disadvantage unless I get myself a pint of humanoid blood.
It's true.
15.
15?
13.
5.
17.
17. Zan, as you are walking along, the lakefront of Lake Zarovich is a bit close at this one angle through the woods. You can just see through this copse of trees, and just on the other side, you'll see that pulled up along the south shore, right next to one of the river bends, are 3 small rowboats. A 4th rowboat can be seen moving out to the middle of the lake, holding a pair of oars as it kind of I guess it rows, obviously, as it rows out to the middle of the lake. It's about early morning. You guys left pretty early, and as you're watching, you just get a bad vibe off of this. As the rowboat comes to a stop, you're still watching for a moment. About 400 feet from the shore, you see that the man in the boat, a huge, hefty brute, reaches down, and there, in the middle of that beautiful lake, the water perfectly still and dark, reflecting black clouds like a monstrous mirror overhead. In the dimness of the morning, he reaches down, grabs a large sack, large enough for probably about 40 pounds worth of potatoes. And as he picks it up, it squirms slightly in his hand. And he hurls it into the water.
Oh.
What do you do?
You just
I will point it out to everyone else.
is gonna go swim out to that because that might... you don't treat animals that way. You face them properly.
All right. By the way, when I say about 40-pound bag of potatoes, that's about...
Oh, it's huge.
It's huge.
It's child-sized, you would say?
Yeah, it's about the size of a child.
How far from shore is he?
He is, it says, 400 feet from shore. However, apparently they assume that you swim like champs because this check is 400 feet is way longer than this check. So we're going to say about 200 feet. I'm gonna retcon this because that does not seem... yeah, that does not seem accurate, that number that they give me. So who's diving into the water?
I am.
I'm wearing a whole bunch of armor, so I'm gonna not.
I
Okay.
am not wearing any.
I'm
All
jumping into a boat because I'm also wearing a lot of armor.
Alright. So you can go ahead and give me an athletics roll to row out, and give me an athletics roll to swim out.
All right. Oh, 19, which is good. +0.
So in seminary
26.
in seminary school for Brig, you were on the rowing team, and it
Yeah.
really shows because it's coming back. You dig into the water, pulling the boat as hard as you can. You actually are going to make a bit of headway over on Dawncaller, who got a
26.
26. Okay. At first, and then she's going to shoot past you, zipping into the water and going underneath. Dawncaller, you are going to sink underneath, shooting down like a dart thrown into the sea. And you will find there, slowly sinking toward the bottom of Lake Zarovich, a person wrapped in burlap with hemp rope around ankles and neck. Do you pick them up and pull them to up above the water?
Yes.
Okay. You don't have to make a roll for that. You did it in time.
Potentially they are awful, and then I'll let them drop again, but potentially they are not.
Potentially they're not. All right. As you start to surface, it's very dim out, so it's not like you're getting a lot of light coming down at you. But directly overhead, you'll see a shadow is slowly looming into view, which you think is probably Brother Karas.
Okay. Because if it was the other guy, I was going to punch him.
All right. Cresting the shore, or pardon me, cresting the top of the water, Brother Karas is there with his rowboat right next to, and you can hurl that that bundle onto the boat.
Okay, I will kick extra hard and shove up at the same time.
Okay. So you will throw the bundle on and be able to pull yourself up immediately afterward. The sack begins to cough and retch. A very soft, tiny voice. Yes.
Amy had a question first.
Amy.
Oh, I was just gonna wait until yeah. We just saw someone toss this into the water, right? You said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man is
Can I
still on his boat and is now dangling a fishing line into the water. What would you like to do?
How far about is he?
He's about 200 feet out into the water.
Hmm.
There's another boat. There are two more boats by the shore if you wanted to row out too.
Yeah, I might do that because otherwise I'm debating. I'm just trying to see if I had a spell that I could just like wreck him with. But I don't.
No, you
think
don't have Eldritch
on
Blast.
this character. No, so I will. Yeah, I'm gonna hop in a rowboat and I'm gonna go wreck this person because what the fuck?
Zan, you gonna go out too?
No, I'm going to stay with the children and Anchorfoot here.
All right, that sounds good. All right, so
I am going to be yelling at him. Like, I'll go to, like, untie this person, but I'm also like, what the hell are you doing? Why would you just do this? This is just a person. Holler at the dude.
he looks over at you. His face is completely red. His eyes are slightly swollen and glassy, and he looks at you in a strange way. Make me an insight roll.
14.
14. He is either... There's something really wrong with him mentally. He looks over at you. He's in a stupor or a trance or something like that.
Dawncaller, is your head above the water or your head
Yeah.
under again? Okay.
No, I'm above at this point.
Just look down at you as I go to help this person and go, there's something wrong with the man in the other boat. Beyond the obvious.
I'm going to pull myself up into the boat,
Mhm.
as if he's now fishing, I'm a little worried that was bait.
All right. Shasta, you are going to make it across and be able to put your boat directly aside his.
Okay, I want to jump into his and
Done.
Okay, and smash him with Treebane.
Okay.
gonna
The
hit him
sharp,
with
the
my
sharp
axe.
end or the back end?
The back end.
You need blood.
technically. I do. Shit.
Sharp, back end first.
Yeah, but I'm also gonna. Okay.
A sudden backhand from the side of your axe catches him in the side of the head, tumbling him down onto the boat. It rocks unsteadily, but you have a pretty good footing. He looks up at you and...
Don't want to knock him out.
Fish, he says as you bring him unconscious, splitting his scalp and releasing a trickle of blood that begins to roll down into his ear.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Make me a roll.
Yay! Which roll? Charisma?
Charisma.
Okay. And I'm doing this at a penalty, or is this a save?
It's a save.
So exhaustion only does ability checks.
It's
and
only
attack.
ability checks, yeah. You're fine.
Okay. So I will actually... I succeed that one.
But, I mean, waste not, want not.
Yeah.
Okay. So you lean down, and while your friends are helping the person in the...
They're busy.
In the sack, are you cutting open the hemp rope and sack?
Yeah.
All right. As you do, it splits, revealing a young girl of about 7 years old. She has alabaster white skin and raven black hair. And she finishes coughing and retching. Let me see if I have a photo of her. 1 second. Do I have a photo of her? That'd be rad. Nope. They didn't bother. So basically, she looks kind of like Wednesday Addams. So, like Wednesday Addams with her hair down, I think. Oh, no, it'd be in braids. It'd be in braids. I demand you return me to my family's encampment.
All right. Where is your family's encampment?
Outside of Vallaki. My father, Luvash, will give you a reward.
All right.
How did you end up in a sack?
That ruffian! She'll point her finger and see that Shasta is in the middle of drinking his blood out of a crack in his scalp. Oh. Good. Bad people deserve what they get.
He seems slightly odd. Like there's something wrong with him.
Everyone in this country is odd. She'll wring out her dress a bit. Yes, Brother Cars.
Brother Cars just kind of being speechless. Sorry, I did the same thing I do when I have a question, but that was just Brother Cars being
Just being like,
yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. How rude of me. My name is Arabelle.
It is lovely to meet you, Arbel. I am Brother Constantius Cars, and this is my traveling companion and associate. Don't call her Vaime Laga?
You're the outsiders.
Yes, here, that seems appropriate. But you yourself said everyone here is strange. Suggest that you yourself are an outsider.
I'm not an outsider. I'm a Vistani. Technically, we're everywhere as outsiders, really, but...
All right. I'm sure you will be thrilled to see Esmerelda then.
Has he?
Really?
And as she glances back at the shore, you'll see that Esmeralda was waving. I think I know that girl. Hello! She elbows you in the side, Zan. Zan, wave. It's only polite. Hi!
Shasta's probably rowing back at this point, unless
All right.
she's still...
Yeah, so's Brother
Eating.
Cars.
All right, with
Sorry,
that,
her
you'll
name was
row...
Annabelle what?
Arabelle.
Arabelle.
Arabelle. All right, and with that, you will row back to the shore, having saved Arabelle from a horrible drowning death, and captured a man who, in his unconscious stupor, you'll be able to see that inside of his pants is the label stitched Bluto.
Who checked the inside of his pants?
It was kind of rolled over when he fell over.
Okay, because I
Kinda like-
wasn't checking.
You checked.
I
You checked.
wasn't.
You checked, unfortunately. As you'll make it back to shore and begin your trek to the Vistani camp. And I think this is a good time for us to take a quick bathroom break. So we'll be back in just a minute, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Same Strahd time,
good.
same Strahd channel. Hello and welcome back to Curse of Strahd. So you gather up your things, you row to the edge of the water, having just rescued a young girl named Arabelle from the water.
We're just good that way.
You're just good that way. Do you continue to the Vistani camp?
Sure.
Sure.
Taking him with us, Shasta will point at the bloodied vagabond.
If you want to, my father will probably have words with him.
He wasn't making much sense. Said something about fish, and that was it. Did not seem all there. She's gonna wipe some blood off her mouth.
Scary elf. Actually, hold on. Let me roll, see if the kids notice. Oh, they absolutely do. Scary elf lady. They will cling to Zan's legs.
Ah. It's okay. Like the ears and the teeth are supposed to be pointy. It's fine.
My teeth are pointy.
Now you got something caught right there between your.
Oh, sorry. I think that might have been it.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Oh, stop crying.
Just gonna go over there.
Okay. Oh, here. Feed the cat some more food.
All right.
That cat is gonna get so fat.
Thank you. So, do you head to Valaki?
Yeah.
Do you eat some ice cream while you're doing it?
Yeah.
All right. You saved a kid. You deserve ice cream. You make your way toward there, and just to the southwest of the town of Valaki, the woods part to reveal an expansive clearing. A small, grass-covered hill with low houses are built into its sides. Fog obscures the details, but you can see that these buildings feature elegantly carved woodwork and have decorative lanterns hanging from their sculpted eaves. Atop the hill, above the fog, a ring of barrel-topped wagons that you'll recognize as Vistani caravanners surround a large tent. A column of smoke is pouring through a hole at the top of that tent. Even during the day, you can see that there are fires burning, and it's brightly lit from within. At this distance, you can smell the odors of wine and horses that emanate from this central area. Just one moment. So, what do you do? Basically, it looks kind of like this.
I mean, approach.
Okay.
Yeah, the kid was pretty insistent that she wanted to see her father, so, probably all around. Where is
Okay.
your father?
6 simple houses ring the base of this hill, 3 protruding from the north side and 3 from the south. As you approach, a grim, gray-cloaked figure stands in front of the door to the house in front of you, the one closest to the road. He steps forward and looks at you. And I'd like each of you to... What is your perception score? What's your passive perception?
18.
18.
18?
Yep.
Okay. So as you are looking around, the man will approach you, and right off the bat, you'll notice that there's something a little different about him. Greetings and salutations. Where are you headed?
Here.
Arabelle.
I'll give the girl a little push.
Looking for this one's father?
Of course. Cause no trouble and enjoy your stay. You'll find Aurigal waiting up by the tent. And as he steps back, you will see that the man there is an elf. Not just an elf, though. A type of elf that you've never really encountered before. It kind of looks like a mix between a wood elf and a drow. A pale, dusty white complexion. Almost kind of a grayish tone to his skin.
We've definitely never encountered this before.
Yeah, dark skin and hair. You have not, according to this, anyway.
Wild.
Could just be weird pigmentation. I'm gonna see if I can find a photo for you real quick. Because they give a photo of one of them at least at the back here. I feel like this is one of those games where I should have bought the deck of PC cards or NPC cards. You know? Just to be like, this dude. So yeah, damn. He's one of the guys I didn't queue up to. So I didn't think you guys would get here tonight.
Never underestimate us.
Yeah, that's true.
Never estimate us.
I try not to.
Yeah.
So basically, just picture kind of dark, gray, bluish skin. Almost a drow, but not a drow. Drow tend to have very pale hair a lot of the time. This hair is very black. But he will, like...
Does he look like a fourth edge Shadar Kai?
Yeah, he kind of looks like a Shatter Kai.
Okay.
He
I
kind
know
of...
what that means.
Look that up to know what that is.
They're the elves from the... Yeah, you look up Shatter Kai. You can look up... damn it. Yeah,
They're elves from the plane of shadow.
I'm having trouble finding him. Just look up the name Casimir. Casimir Strahd.
Oh. He got good cheekbones.
Oh yeah, they got great cheekbones. So this isn't him, but this is his race. All right. As you walk up, those of you with high perception scores will notice that there is one of these grim, gray-cloaked figures in front of each of these hovels' doors.
Oh. Yeah.
Strange.
As you head up the hill, you will hear the sound of the fire and people talking and speaking in loud voices. Piled outside the wagon are several casks of wine. From inside the tent comes the crack of a whip, followed by the howls of a young man. 3 sputtering campfires fill the tent with smoke. And through the haze you see 6 Vistani passed out in various places on the dead grass. A barely conscious and shirtless teenager hugs the central tent pole, his wrists bound with rope and his back streaked with blood. An older, larger man with studded leather armor lashes the young man with a horsewhip, causing him to scream again. Standing in the bigger man's shadow is a third man, also clad in studded leather armor. One moment. There we go. So on Twitch, their photos are visible. Easy, brother, he says to the whip-wielding brute. I think Alexei has learned his lesson. You'll see that one of the brothers is a huge bear of a man, a Vistani with a shaved mustache, but a full, thick beard along his chin. The other wears his mustache and goatee sharp, and his hair very long. He is the one who is talking to his brutish brother.
Can I approach this?
Yeah, you can approach into the tent. They're not paying attention.
Yeah, this is weird. Josh doesn't like this at all.
Okay. What do you do?
Draw their attention.
How?
I want to see if she can try and grab the. What's he using to lash? Is it a whip?
A horse whip.
Horse whip? She's gonna try and grab it next time it goes to lash.
One more. And he'll pull it back to lash, and you can grab it. He'll pull against the strength of your arm, but you're quite a strong woman, so this is like definitely a struggle. The man with the pointy beard will turn. No one told us that we have guests. Arabelle. And he will kneel down as his daughter runs into the center of the tent. Father!
So this one's yours.
Yes.
I have to bring her home.
You brought her... He strokes her hair and holds her tight against his chest. Well, Alexei, it looks like in spite of your lack of due diligence, my daughter returns unharmed. Although smelling like a lake, what happened to you?
Someone tried to drown her in a lake.
Who tried to drown my daughter?
I will motion over to the completely still unconscious and probably at this point tied up, bound, and looking a little worse for wear.
Lavash. Take Bluto somewhere fun. Gladly. The larger one says.
Hold on. You should know, before you do whatever you do to him, that he had the distant, glazed look in his eye, like a man under compulsion. Whether that affects how you treat him or not is your decision, but at the very least, it's worth figuring out who compelled him.
Someone used him to go after your daughter instead?
Take him somewhere mid-fun. As you can see, we have a lot of experience with people being under the influence of things. Welcome to the party tent. I'm Aragal. Have you had enough, Alexei? Sir, I can take more if you feel I deserve it, sir.
That's just gonna give him a very piercing look.
Lavash will, the larger of the two, will go and grab Bluto by the hair and drag him off. And throw him into the base of a tent. Oh, you know what? Oh, damn it. I read this completely backwards. My bad. I read the wrong name in the wrong order. So, let me just kind of go... Because I wasn't expecting us to reach this scene tonight for some reason, and yet we did. So, that's all good. So, the big dude... the big dude who... So, he reaches back to lash. You grab his thing. He turns around... And as that happens, Arabelle will run up, and he will drop the lash into your hand and scoop up the little girl and hug her, because he's the dad. I read the wrong dad. I'm sorry. The other one's the uncle. Aragal will say, we'll go ahead and leave Bluto here. We'll take care of him when this is all done. As you can see, we're used to letting people sweat out. Something horrible could have happened to you.
Very nearly did.
You deserve something for your trouble. You're the travelers from outside of the land, aren't you?
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Here. As he's holding his daughter with one powerful arm, he's going to reach into his pocket, the pocket of his red vest, and pull out a key. And offer it to, probably to Shasta, because she's the first one.
Yeah, she'll take it.
Come with me.
Brother Karis chuckles a little bit to himself in the literalness of prophecies.
He is going to take you over to a nearby wagon. Which nearby wagon? Oh, the nearby wagon. The wagon to the north. And 2 iron padlocks secure the door of this barrel-topped wagon. Brother, are you... I mean, I'm glad that she's back and all, but are you sure... He glares at his mustachioed brother and holds out a thick, calloused hand. Argyle reaches into his coat and produces a similar-looking key. He walks over and unlocks the back of the wagon. My daughter is worth more than anything that's inside of this wagon. Take what you feel is a just reward, and go in peace. As he opens it up, the treasure will swing open, it'll open up and will reveal the following items, which you can take any of or all of. A wooden chest, containing a large amount of coin. Tell me if you're going to take it, and I'll tell you more about it.
Okay.
A wooden chest containing 1,200 electrum pieces.
That's a lot of money.
That's 600 gold.
Who uses Electrum?
Some places. Each one of the coins is stamped with the profiled visage of Strahd. An iron chest containing 650 gold pieces. An onyx jewelry box with gold filigree that contains 6 pieces of cheap jewelry and a potion in an unlabeled crystal vial. The vial itself looks expensive. A wooden throne with a gold inlay and decorative stones, like a literal throne. It's a big wagon.
Yeah.
A 12 grandfather clocks. No, different game. A rolled 10-foot square rug with an exquisite unicorn motif. A small wooden box containing a dozen potions in stoppered gourds.
Ooh.
And sitting amongst the treasures as well is one more item, and that is... one moment, please. And that is... There we go. All right. Sorry, there's a lot of skipping around this book. You will find one thing there, and that is a strange medallion. It looks to be made of either silver or... No, it's platinum. It's pure platinum. Shaped like a sun, with a large red crystal embedded in its center. The sun itself has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A dozen spokes pushing off of it. And looks quite gorgeous. As soon as you look upon it, you will know automatically... Shasta and Brother Karis will immediately know that that is a magic item. And you will get that sense about it. That is a holy symbol.
Of any deity we know?
Of the Morning Lord?
Probably. Oh. Yes, you're looking at that. That, it's an old trinket. You're welcome to have it.
Sort of jumped out at me, yeah. Yeah, I'll take it. Oh, sure.
Alright, you're gonna take it?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm also curious about these box of potions. Do they say what they are?
It does not say what it is. As you pick the potions up...
I was
would,
just wondering what these were.
Arabelle will look down from her father's arms. Those are the potions that allow passage through the mists. Yes. They have mixed results. I wouldn't recommend taking them. Leave them for people who are willing to purchase them for a goodly sum of money.
Insight?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Go ahead.
Amy doesn't know what's going on here, and Shasta doesn't either. Really. It's a 10.
10? He's trying to push something on you. You're welcome to take them, but they have mixed success rates with the intelligent.
It smells like a scam.
You calling my father a cheat?
Well, how about you prove that these things work?
I don't think we have the time for that.
There is one sure way that we can pass through the mist.
Alright, but why don't you go inside and get changed up? You smell like a fish.
Exactly.
And the thing that we have taken so far...
Oh, did I say scam? I meant scum. Pond scum.
She is going to go run off into the tent and get changed. The potions are shams. Don't take them. Take anything else you want.
Told you.
You can take the potions too and sell them if you'd like.
No thanks. Not my thing. What about this unnamed potion vial in this jewelry box? What's that?
We'll take a look at it. That is... Out of character, I would suggest once you guys get certain items, maybe make sure that everybody has a magic item. Because not all of you do.
Yeah, so like this thing that we just got, the holy symbol, who can actually use it?
You or Karis.
Okay.
Wait, are you good aligned still?
Shasta's neutral.
Oh, then you can't use it. Then never mind. You recognize it's magical, but as you touch it, it is cold to the touch. I thought you were good for some reason.
Nah, she's too much. Yeah.
Then you cannot use it anyway.
She tries to be good-ish. But some things you can't be good to get rid of.
Okay, so...
Does chaotic good count?
Chaotic good does count, but you have to be a paladin or a cleric.
Well...
So multi-class, and then you can take it. You already have a magic sword.
Whatever.
You have a magic sword.
Yeah, whatever. It's a thing.
So,
also, there are hubcaps you can steal from around here.
Oh. I'll be right back.
So the Luvesh's wagon across the way has Golden Sun hubcaps worth about 100 gold each.
He's gone to steal hubcaps.
Christine, you're muted if you said anything just then.
Oh. How am I... How did
I
I
guess
get
you're
muted?
not. No, I guess it didn't just register you then.
that was a good bit. That was very funny.
So it looks like that's poison. It's a potion of poison.
Might be useful. Mind if I take it?
Why? These are not gold.
You grabbed the wrong hubcaps.
Oh, crap.
So with that, he'll let you take whatever you want. You guys can take all the loot if you want.
No.
A lot of this, I don't want to
fussed.
carry it with me. Like, this is going to be too much, way too much to deal with. She'll toss the holy symbol over to Brother Karis.
Brother Karis,
And,
you have a holy symbol.
gee.
I will tell you more about it in a moment.
Yeah. does any of this stuff seem like it would actually be useful otherwise?
I mean, the gold might be useful.
Yeah, but I don't want to take all their gold.
You have a feeling that they don't really lack wealth around here.
Okay. I'll take some
And
gold.
his daughter is probably priceless to him, so what's a bit of gold?
Yeah, they'll just scam some other people. Like, that's literally what they do with the Barovians, because the Barovians are stupid.
I mean, we can also
Every-
let Esmerelda take some of the gold and fulfill that her, like, will you give me gold? And if she
That's
takes
true.
the gold, she can be happy.
That's true.
Well,
True.
this is a great pickle. There's so much gold, and we only have one wagon to transport it with. Well, Lavash, she'll smack him on the shoulder. I think we'll take this off your hands. You should beware that he is looking for you. Who is looking for me? You know who. All the more reason to get this gold in the wagon and get the hell out of here.
How much gold do we take?
How much gold do you want to take? Esmeralda is going to encourage taking at least the 650 in the iron chest.
I was gonna go with that one. And was there one wooden chest that had the electrum in it?
There was a wooden,
Okay, because got a little bit confused. Because it sort of sounded like there might have been two wooden chests.
there is a
but-
wooden chest and an iron chest.
Okay, so we'll take the iron chest and
Is the gold also stamped with Strahd's face?
The gold is... No,
Question.
it's mixed coins from all realms.
Take the gold, leave the electrum.
yeah.
I remember the spell see-through portrait.
All right.
Smart.
I had a cleric who ran that scam in a game where I somehow got a kingdom
nice.
and started minting money with my face on it so I could see everything all the time.
Well,
Amazing.
you must be very excited then. You're heading to... If you don't want the electrum, that's too bad. It would spend a long ways tonight at the festival. It's been 3 days since you
Right.
arrived in Vallaki, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Thing.
it's time for the festival.
Yeah. We've got enough on our. Well, yeah. So we'll take the iron chest with the 650 gold, and I'm gonna take the potion of poison, whatever it is. Maybe I can learn a bit more about it. And then that medallion. Just those three things were the ones I was gonna go for. Unless something else jumps out as being a super useful thing that we should definitely take and might be useful for this plot.
No, you think that those are the big ones.
Mhm.
Just checking one last thing real quick.
To be absolutely sure, we don't get the same magic vibe from the rug.
Not the rug, not the rug,
Okay, good.
unfortunately.
I know, that's why I was like,
Yeah. Who wants to fly?
good. I can show you Ravenloft.
Dark and dingy splendor.
All right, so with that, he'll let you...
Thank you for that.
All right, so he'll let you go ahead and grab what you want.
Yeah.
And as you are raiding his carriage for stuff, and you're grabbing some things, loading up your cart, keeping the children well entertained, can I get an insight roll off of everybody?
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
22.
Rolls.
20. Unnatural. 20. With my extra life
16.
to be 20.
Oh. Natural 20.
Natural 20?
Oh, nice.
As you're loading up, you will hear the sound of a little bit of an argument between Luvash and Aragal. You won't be able to quite understand what they're saying. They're speaking in very, very fast version of their own dialect. But it seems tense. And you get the basic sense that Luvash and Aragal are on different sides of this. Aragal is disagreeing with how, I guess, free Luvash is being with his hospitality. You get a sense that there's something really rough going on here. However, you also will get the sense that you're being watched. And sure enough, as you glance around, I think all of you got really good scores, right?
16.
You'll get the sense that you're being watched on caller. Everyone else is going to be able to pinpoint that feeling coming from a gray hooded figure at the house to the south.
The one we noticed before, or is this a different
This
one?
is a different one. This is a different figure wearing one of those gray hoods.
Hmm.
You can see that it's a figure sitting in front of the house to the south, staring up at you. It's dark down there, and he's backlit by his lantern, sitting on a barrel, smoking a long pipe as he watches you. Might be someone worth approaching.
Mm-hmm. So, who's taking the staring guy person?
Who?
She'll
Well,
point out the one who's watching us over there.
Depends on whether we want to handle it aggressively. I pointed down collar.
All right.
And Shasta.
Well, you figure that out. Me and Pretty Boy here are going to load up the wagon. Yes, let me help you with this. You sure you don't want to take the Electrum?
Yeah.
We could do a lot with that. I could pave roads. I could... Okay. And Ismark will help load up your wagon. Who's going to go
Look.
speak to the elf?
There's no point in waiting. Brother Cars hops down off the wagon and starts. I mean, I'm not fast. Anyone can come with me. Like,
We'll just be like, are you guys... Anyone else going? All right.
Seems to have it in hand.
I'll go be back up in case the elf's
Okay.
evil.
I'm minding the kids.
Okay, is this the place we were meant to leave them? She'll kind of mumble to herself as she hops off.
Okay, so you two are going to go there.
Yep.
The rest of you, as Aragul and Luvash's conversation ends abruptly, with Luvash storming off. Aragul turns and... Sorry, family matters. Well, thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated you rescuing my niece like that. Here, let me help you with that. And as he approaches, Zan, you get an immediate sinking feeling in your gut. The second that he leans down to help Esmerelda pick something up, his elbow lifts up. He bends over to help pick something up, but pulls his elbow back. And you see his fingers crest the edge of his waist. And then a sharp glint of steel. What do you do?
I will shank him with one of my daggers on my waistband.
All right, I want you to go ahead and roll to see if you get a crit. Actually, yeah.
I rolled a 19.
I'm going to count that as a crit. Go ahead and roll me roll me sneak attack doubled.
Okey-dokey.
Annihilation.
Hey, Thomas is in the chat. Hey, Thomas, you were here a while ago. Oh, Thomas was raiding, and I missed it. Damn it.
Yeah.
That's what I get for looking away.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm at
Never
3
look
dice.
away.
1, 2, 3, and that plus that. Throw that on the floor. 10, 15, 17.
17? Okay, let me just double check his stats real quick. Well, that's great. They don't give his stats. They give his class.
Of course not.
They give his instant death.
No, I think he has too many hit points for that. All right, so with that, you are going to shank him in the back, and he will... What's the meaning of this? Luvash will boom from the other side of the camp. Brother, help! They've attacked me!
I assume we're like halfway. to the
You're
gra-
over there. Don't. I'll be with you in a moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
So-
wondering how loud that is.
So, Dawn Caller and Zan, what do you do?
I plan on rinsing and repeating with the shanking.
Okay, you're gonna try to stab him again.
Yep.
I will try and just kind of bonk. Try and knock him down and go, what the hell is going on?
Okay, one moment. Let me look up his stats real quick, because they don't give them in the book.
Stab him with your words.
Do
not
they?
your
Do they
knife.
give them at the very back of the book? Do
My
they?
words are more sharp.
Argal. Strahd. They do not, but someone has bound to do so. Nope.
Oh no.
Leave it to me to break the game.
Okay.
Only a bit.
There we go. That's not as many hit points as he would hope to have. All right. So if this is going to turn into combat, go ahead and roll me initiative, guys. Just you, just you two for a second,
Okay.
because unless the combat spreads.
15.
15.
22.
Oh, damn. Okay. Oh, and I should roll for Luvash as well. Oh, God, you guys rolled the exact same thing. Okay, so you had 22, so, and you had 15, so, Dawncaller. Help, brother! They're attacking me! What do you do? Do you
I'm
let him
gonna
get...
grapple him and go, Zan, what the hell?
All right. Zan, he is now grappled. What do you do?
Perfect. Hold him, and then I will continue with the
Okay.
stabbings.
I'm gonna shift and be like, Zan, what the hell?
Well, don't pull him away.
Why are you stabbing him?
It's just gonna make him bleed more. I will continue to stab.
Dawncolor's gonna shift so Zan can't.
Okay. So you're gonna block that?
Because she's like, what? As far as she knows, this guy hasn't done anything. Zan just started stabbing him.
Okay, so, Zan, so if she's trying to pull them away from you, are you gonna try to dance around and keep stabbing?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is going to be a, I don't remember what the
He's
rules...
grappled and I'm really strong.
And
Can I
I'm
just hold
really
him above
fast.
my head?
I mean, Zan can still jump up and try to stab him.
Yeah.
So this is
Oh,
gonna...
are you Zan?
I'm pretty good at climbing, and you do have a belt on.
The first couple points of like, and
So,
then just like, screw it, climb Goliath.
so give me a sec. I'm probably gonna have to make up a rule on the fly right now, because this...
Amazing.
Like a
Cleavage
school
like a
bully with
shelf.
backpack.
You know what this is gonna be? This is gonna be a contested attack roll versus athletics roll.
Amazing.
Because you're basically wrestling him out of your way. And you're basically just trying to stab what she's moving.
Okay.
So I'm rolling athletics.
Yeah,
And I'm doing combat.
yeah. So I think you've got about the same pool for this.
Well, that's a 1 that I just rolled.
That's a nat one?
Yeah.
Okay.
26.
26.
While I climb on your belt, the buckle loosens awkwardly.
You
Kind
stab.
of lean, kick you back. What is going on?
Okay.
Oops.
All right. So so basically what's going to happen is as you rush to try to climb up and stab into him, as you do so, some of the spilled coins on the ground here from the sudden scuffle are going to slip under your feet, and you're going to fall on your hip, basically. Right as Luvash is going to come out and boom, what is happening here?
Dawncolor's gonna boom back. I don't know.
All right. Aragal is... Yes! About damn time. Aragal is going to make an escape artist roll
Okay.
versus your athletics.
Okay. So I just have to roll athletics.
Yes.
19, so that means it ends up being 27.
27. Cool. I got a nat 20. Not even
Aw.
kidding. So Aragal is going to leap out of your arms and is going to take off for the woods at top speed while yelling, "This won't be the last you see of me."
Wait, so they were brothers, right?
Yeah.
Has he always been crazy?
I owe you a lot because you rescued my daughter. And he'll look down at you, Zan, with your bloody knife. What did my brother do that made you do that?
He was about to stab one of my friends.
It was Esmerelda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, he was right next to Esmerelda.
We want no trouble with the lord of this land, so we do what we have to. However, I can't hurt anyone that saved my daughter. My brother is not so kind. I would ask you not come back to this camp. But in the meanwhile, and he will offer a hand down to you, Zan.
I will take his hand and I will tell him I won't have any further quarrel with his brother unless he starts it.
I'm fear that you might still have some quarrel someday, then.
Mm-hmm. That's up to him.
Honestly, I hope that might scare the shit out of him. He's always been the first to put a knife in a back. Someone faster than him might teach him some sense.
Either that or I can thump him.
Meanwhile,
she looms to her full 7'6" height.
Oh God, that's a big bitch.
I think she like kind of punches a bit sometimes, just not stand out quite so much because that just spooks the prey.
Meanwhile, down at the bottom of the hill, you glance backward just in time to see all of this and him run off.
They're fine.
Standing quiet, or sitting quietly in front of his house, bathed in the blah blah blah, is a gray-cloaked figure, angular and black, angular features and black flowing hair, half hidden under his cowl. He looks up at you.
Hello, my friend. I could not help but notice that you were keenly observing us, and wondered whether you had any business about which you wish to speak with us.
From this angle, I'd like both of you to make me a perception roll.
19.
19. Great.
So I need
Perfect.
one.
As he looks up at you and taps his pipe on the side of his leg. Yes. Actually, I would. You're the strangers from out of town. From outside of Barovia.
Is correct.
I've heard stories of you. That you've done great things. That you've saved the Wizards of Wine. That you defeated the House of Death. You're going to be traveling to defeat the Lord of this land.
Perhaps it is our intention to aid the people of this land wherever we find them, which we have done consistently so far.
With the primary objective of going home.
I can help you. My sister, Patrina. Her spirit has languished in the catacombs below Castle Ravenloft for centuries. Since the devil took her. She has repented for her many sins in life. I wish to free her from her torment, and if possible, restore her to life. I'm burdened by dreams that she sends me nightly.
I appreciate you approaching us with this matter. We will, of course, we are, of course, happy to assist in whatever way we can, for an unquiet soul is, well, everyone deserves a quiet rest, or, if it's what you suggest is possible, a second life.
She deserves it. He does not. I can take you to the place where he forged his compact with darkness. In the shadows there, you may find a way to undo that which gives him eternal life.
That would be
If you are willing.
very useful.
My people are the last elves of this land. We have very, very much to repay his hospitality for.
May I ask your name?
Casimir.
Casimir.
Casimir Velikov. I am the leader of the Dusk Elves.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Shasta Denmora.
Yes. I am Brother Constantius Caris.
And at that moment, there's just the barest bit of sunlight that goes through the clouds and hits the side of his face. It's not like it's illuminating him. It's not like it's spotlighting him. But for the briefest moment with those high perception rolls, you will see that the shadow inside of his hood is dispelled. And you think of that word that he said, hospitality. Repayment for hospitality. As you see that both of his ears have been sheared off at the skull.
Oh.
As he notices you notice, he will shift back inside of his hood a bit more. I will accompany you to the temple where this happened when you are ready. I imagine you have something to do in Vallaki tonight, to deal with those children. I would prefer not to accompany you as you deal with children, but when you're ready, I will be here to guide you.
All right. Brother Cars, seems agreeable to me.
Yeah. I mean, my only question is how much of the "and don't come back to our camp" talk did we manage to overhear from behind us?
You'll hear right now, maybe don't come back.
Perhaps we should meet you on the outskirts of the camp.
If you're approaching the road, my pause at the juncture will find you. We have scouts in the woods. Normally there are more of us. We're out looking for Arabelle right now, but you seem to have solved that problem.
That we have. Do you know anything about the strangeness that gripped the man who took her?
All of the mists around here are strange and poisoned. It's how they keep us here. The dark forces. I will tell you, don't buy their elixirs.
We got that already.
Unless you're fools. In which case, I do not look forward to our adventure into hell.
Nope, you don't have to worry about that. No, we know about the elixirs. It's fine.
Just for my own peace of mind, this place where the compact was formed, is it the castle itself, or is it elsewhere?
It is elsewhere. An ancient temple dedicated to dark gods. I can guide you there. But only when you're ready.
All right.
Well, I suppose we should get moving before we overstay our welcome even further. But we will see you soon.
Yes.
Good.
Thank you, Casimir. We will
Brother Karis.
free your sister. Yes. Well, not as repayment, for I like to think we will do it anyway. But, you know.
She is my chief priority.
I just nod kind of grimly at him and go back to the cart.
With your insight rolls earlier, you are going to notice something. Taking a glance around, all of the elves that you see in this clearing are of masculine build. You don't think there is a single elven female, aside, I guess, Shasta.
And she's half elf, so.
I mean, if they mutilated him like that,
Oh dear.
Killing the women is probably a great way to, you know, cultural genocide is great, isn't it? He said ironically, in case anybody wants to quote me out of context later. Not you guys, but this is on the internet.
No, yeah, fair enough.
Like, yikes. All right, so as you head back up to the cart, they are finished loading it up with all manner of coins and trinkets. And Arabelle will come out having changed inside. Are you leaving so soon?
Yes, we have pressing business in Malaki, and we had hoped that you could, now that you are united with your father and the rest of your family, that you are safe again.
You're going to the festival of the... What is it this time?
That is a wonderful question, child, that shows insight beyond your years.
I'm very wise. That you are. Well,
this is good.
None of the people from my camp will trouble you.
Thank you for this. For everything. I gesture at the various things we took.
No.
Take that.
You've given me much more. Oh, but if you do see any wine, we've had a bit of a shortage, and the hangover's about to hit some of my men. If you have any spare that you could bring by, perhaps I could let you back into the camp for a brief visit.
Well, keep that in mind.
All right. And with that, are you guys going to go off and do anything else? What are you doing?
I think just go back to Malaki.
Okay.
I do want to check in with Esmerelda at some point. I feel like we've had a cascading series of events, but I do want to check in with her where the last place she thinks her mentor was. Because I realized we never did that, and it's like if she's like Grask, then I'm like, oh no.
No, she said she thought it was Vallaki.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay, perfect.
So as you all are making your way over to, let's see, Barovian Village. Where are we at? Barovian Village? Barovian Castle. That doesn't help me. Wizard's Tower. Don't need that anymore. Barovian Village. As you make your way up toward Vallaki, heading toward the Dusk Gate. Actually, one moment while I just check the location of something. Because that might actually be a question that solves itself, my friend.
Amazing.
Okay. And that is located where in town? This is a big-ass town. N5. Of course it is. Huh. Alright, well, in that case, traversing back north, you will make your way back up to the Old Svalich Road and head through the Dusk Gate into the town, which is alive and moving with people. The slouching, ancient architecture of the building, of the town, is as it always was, as it was 3 days ago, and yet people are preparing fervently. Right now, it's not even noon yet, and you've already done so much. Brother Karis, as you walk or ride alongside the carriage, you find yourself fiddling with the item on you. That holy symbol. Esmerelda will approach you, clopping her horse up next to you and lean down. You want a history lesson?
Actually.
You're lucky. That is the holy symbol of Ravenkind. It's unique. It's sacred to everyone in Barovia who's still good of heart. It predates the establishment of any church in this forsaken country. According to legend, it was delivered to a paladin named Lugdana by a giant raven. Or maybe an angel in the form of a giant raven. It kind of gets mixed up in the telling. Lugdana used the holy symbol to root out and destroy nests of vampires until her death. The high priests of Ravenloft kept and wore that holy symbol after her passing. It's a very powerful artifact, and it'll fuck him up.
This is
All right.
wrong.
So, ready to write down what it can do?
Sure.
So spending a bit of time with it, so it is an attunement item. Wondrous item, legendary. Oh, it's your first legendary item, potentially. Hold vampires. As an action, you can expend 1 charge, so it has 10 charges. You can hold it to make a flare with holy pallor. Vampires and vampire spawn within 30 feet have to make a DC 15 Wisdom save. Honestly, you can probably look all this up. I'm just going to read it out for the meanwhile, so you just get a sense of it. On a failed, they are paralyzed for 1 minute. It can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns. Turn Undead. If you have the Turn Undead or the Turn the Unholy feature, you can expend 3 charges from this when you present the holy symbol while using that feature. When you do so, Undead have disadvantage on the saving throw against the effect. Sunlight. As an action, you can expend 5 charges to create a 30-foot radius and dim light for additional 30 feet of sunlight that lasts for 10 minutes. So you can literally summon the sun.
Brad.
Sounds pretty useful.
Well, that goes well with my domain spell of daylight. So,
Right. I figured that Brig Cleric and that would get along just fine.
I mean, I will say before I officially attuned to the item, my plan was in our next short or long rest to like sit there and stare meaningfully into a fire with this pendant because it's not explicitly like a holy symbol of my god, and basically to be like, "Dear fire, is it okay to use this?"
It will glint off of the medallion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like,
Brig is one of the most accommodating gods. Like, yeah, man, polish it up and use it. It's like an ancient relic of good.
but I figure I should at least ask first.
Brig's pretty chill.
As a cleric, it is better to ask permission.
I mean,
Beg
the
forgiveness.
sun is kind of the first and best power of fire ever.
All right, so where are we headed now? We're back in the city, so we're heading into the heading to the inn.
I think as a first stop, yeah, that would be a good place to go. I need to return this book.
Did you?
Shasta is holding up the borrowed biography of King Barov from the Baron. That she borrowed before we left.
Did you actually read it?
Yeah. I don't remember what we said, but yeah, she was going to be reading it. Like, I don't think I wrote down or whatever.
All right.
But yeah, no, Every was going to read it like during downtime or like.
Oh, then in that case, you will know point blank that King Barov had 2 children, at the very least. A boy named Strahd, and if it's that Borov, I believe. One moment. Yep, Barov, and was married to a woman named Queen Ravenovia. Had a younger son named Sergei. And yeah, unfortunately died before he could see either of his sons grow to a fine age.
Yeah, so
he died when Strahd was a teenager, I believe.
Also, do not forget that, we, particularly Shasta, have an invitation to lunch with a charming man upon a horse.
Yes, I believe that was Vasily Van Holst.
That name has also stuck in my mind.
That sounds absolutely boring. I think that I'm going to go poke around and look for Van Richten while you spend some time having lunch?
Oh, I lean in close, especially if we're in the town, and go, "Oh, do not worry. It is a revolutionary lunch."
You're sure to be enlightening?
Huh.
Hmm.
I'm still going to spend time looking for him, but if you have any finger sandwiches, save them.
Can't promise that, but I'll try.
Oh, you're losing more gold by the minute. What about you, pretty boy? I will, Sorry, I find it kind of hard to have my voice. I'll stay and make sure the children are taken care of at the end before I make any other decisions. So proceed to lunch without me.
Okay. It's appreciated.
Do you want to split up here, actually? He says as you enter the town square. And at this point, you see that in the center of the town, there are so many posters and other signs for what is it called this week? Come one, come all to the greatest celebration of the year, the Festival of the Blazing Sun. Attendance and children required. Rain or shine, all will be well.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
You will see that the stocks still contain donkey-headed criminals. Men, women, 2 boys wrapped in stocks, wearing plaster donkey heads and pelted with rotten fruit.
Charming.
So,
As ever.
should we separate here? Or would you like to come to the inn as well?
I think maybe separate here so that I can go hand this off.
That sounds good. I will, I guess, should we hang on to the gold and put it in one of the locked rooms at the inn, or?
Hopefully.
Or should we split it up in an alley or something? I mean,
Perhaps.
Can we do it in the back of the cart?
Look,
Is it
if
covered?
we all go to the inn, we can
Yeah,
split
okay.
the gold up in a safe place. Send word to Von Holst,
Yeah.
and
Figure out.
well, your duty to return this book is admirable.
I don't want him coming after us once he knows we're in town, okay?
Aren't
He's
you
not a-
staging a revolution against him?
He's not a reasonable man. I don't
You're
want to draw
about to
suspicion.
You're about to kill him.
Yeah, don't draw suspicion before that!
He's going to be at the festival tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd postpone that. Just personally, if you would, but
I figured I would just drop it off at his house and leave, but yeah, I could do that later, if you think.
All right. Yeah.
In that case, okay. Yeah, let's go to the inn and split things up and go with that plan. That makes sense to me as well.
Sorry, Twitch bugged out for a sec. It does that sometimes. Okay. All right, so heading into the Blue Water Inn, the doors will swing open, and it's lunch service right now, and it is actually about half full right now. As you are looking around inside, the proprietor, the Mardikovs, are working behind the bar and serving out things, and the huge beard of Mr. Mardikov, because his name escapes me at the moment. His name is
Erwin?
Erwin. Yep, that's right. Sorry, I remember Danica, but I couldn't remember him. Erwin looks across the bar at you. Take over for me. My friends, you have come back to your room. Do you have anything that needs transported? He looks down at the children with you.
We found these. Do you want them back?
Maybe.
One of your kin did suggest we bring them here.
I received the wine earlier. Come, let's go into the back room. Let us talk. He leads you through up the stairs and into the long room that you had been staying in the night before. Or I guess 2 nights before. The one with the 4 beds. I received the wine that you managed to get back to the Wizards of Wines. Thank you very much for all of your hard work. You picked up a new friend, I see.
Yeah.
They lucked out. Good. Okay. 6 children. I suppose we have some extra food if they'd like it. Maybe even some watered down beer for the old ones. Hmm?
We
Would you
found
like-
them in a werewolf cave.
Yeah.
There are no more werewolves.
The small one will not start crying for a change. Dead wolves. Yes, dead wolves are better than live ones. You see, the big lady there wears a wolf.
I wear several wolves.
Where are you from, little one? Waterdeep? I don't know where that is. And you? I'm from, Drake Hall? Not even the slightest. Okay, you? Solace? Still nothing? Okay.
I'm
And
guessing
you?
they're all from outside of Barovia.
Boston? What? We live in a fantasy world too, shut up.
That's great.
What fantasy world am I missing? I'm not going to use Greyhawk, because Greyhawk sucks.
Go with Ablath. It's from
Ablath?
Dark Sun.
Oh, from Dark Sun? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ablath? Affleck? I don't know what that is. So yeah. Basically, they're from Elos, Kryn, Faerun, Dark Sun's world, whatever that's called.
Athos, I think?
Athos, Earth, and what's another good one?
No?
They got one
Somewhere
more.
we'd recognize?
Got one more kid. Hold on, I'm thinking about this. From... where I'm from, we just call it the continent. There you go. There's my
Wow.
Witcher connection. Done. Now I can run the Witcher role-playing game I just bought. Yes, well, there's plenty of food for you here. My name is Erwin. My wife is a good cook. And my boys, they're good boys. They will play with you well. They will show you their toys, and you'll have a good time here. There are 6 of you, but there are only 4 beds. I can maybe bring a cot in, but you 2 small ones, you will share a bed, okay? They both look very perturbed about this. Why the sour faces? A warm bed is even warmer with 2 bodies in it. Forget that in about 6 years. Why? Don't ask. Why? Oh, you're going to fit in just fine with my kids.
Oh man, that's amazing.
There. You get settled in.
Dawncaller will just crouch down and give them a quick. Well, that's because when you're that age, you will want to reproduce and procreate. And just kind of give them like the flat out discussion because she's an outlander. The tribes would probably be very open about that. It's just like it
one
is
of
what it
one
is.
of the kids will turn to the other and say, "She means rutting." I've seen dogs do it.
Exactly.
It's gross.
and you will want to do it in a few years. It is nature's way.
All right, so Erwin will take you aside and take you back out into the hallway. You've left me quite a gift. Child from inside of the room will, as the door shuts, will go, "Law of surprise!" He'll turn and shut the door behind them. That one's a weird one. Okay, well. Is this the only surprise you have for me?
I have a question that may be a surprise or may not.
I think so.
What do you know of the Watcher House?
What do I know of the Watcher House? Many things. The Watcher woman is, Do I know anything? Holy shit, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna give him advantage on that. I've heard some rumors. I know that no one hates the Bergen Master more than Lady Fiona Watcher. Often, I've heard her say in crowded places that she would rather serve the devil than a madman. Her sons, Nikolai and Karl, are troublemakers. She also has a mad daughter. She keeps her locked away because her mind is broken. I've heard that her family has connections to the devil. Old ancient ties. I also have heard recently that there have been flashes of light from her attic. Wait. Oh, my bad. Wrong attic. That is all I know about her. I've heard other things about the town. Strange flashes of light coming from the Bergen Master's manor. Actually, I have heard one story that might be interesting to you. There have been recent sightings, pardon me, there have been no recent sightings of the Mad Mage of Mount Baratok. We used to see him skulking along the shore, shooting lightning bolts at the fish. We haven't seen him in a while. He may be dead. He might have some useful magic items if you wish to pilfer.
I always like pilfering.
I would suggest nearby there's a boat launch over by the water. Like down, and he'll describe where you guys got in those boats. That's probably the best place to go across. The ground is too treacherous to walk around that side of the mountain. Yeah. Is there anything else I can help you with?
We need to send a missive to someone.
I can make sure it gets happened. I have friends of a feather.
We promised someone for lunch.
Well, we were supposed to meet him at Lady Watcher's fete, but I've lost track of days and I cannot remember if that was supposed to be today or if that occurred yesterday.
It was supposed to be today. It was supposed to be the day of the festival, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah!
And if it wasn't before, it is now. Because time is a construct, just like a robot. What's the message you need me to send?
I guess it was mostly like, hey, we're back in town. I had completely forgotten about the party thing.
We are coming to meet you at Lady Watcher's fete.
That.
Alright. I'll make sure that it gets sent off.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go tell my wife that we now have 6 more children to feed.
What? Oh.
Excuse me. Cats.
Bless you. Or bless you. Perhaps we should begin making our way towards Lady Watchers. I say to everyone else.
Yeah. Probably.
We need to do a thing with the chest before we do that.
Yeah, we do. Is there a room?
Your old room is still available. He'll gesture to the next one over.
Okay. Sure. We will only take a couple minutes. I'm sure.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, so you divide
go
up
in
your
there and be
gold?
like, so if we're dumping 6 more kids on them, sort of feel like maybe we should give them some gold.
I agree. I was going to be unsubtle about it and tell him that thank him for reserving our room and pay him a very large sum to do that.
So we have 650 gold. How are we splitting this then?
I care not.
No.
Give them 100 gold and just saw off the rest. Because 500 is easier to divvy.
And how much are we giving to Esmerelda?
An
Well,
equal
she
share.
counts as a share.
Yeah. Okay. So split it
6 ways.
6
6 ways.
And I owe her for...
Are you guys giving anything to Ismark?
Oh, and Ismark. I forgot about him.
He's
Ismark
We'll
is of
say.
noble.
We're like, oh yeah, Ismark.
Ismark is of noble blood. He's
Fine.
he's
got old money.
of like middle class noble blood
Okay,
at the best.
but come on. Once we deal with Strahd, she won't like once we deal with the blood-sucking leech, he'll have plenty of gold. Probably. He'll be fine. Probably.
All right. Look, we could just split it 6 ways, and then all make donations to the inn as we feel appropriate.
Okay, so you're adding Dawn Caller to that?
Oh, well,
Yes.
we were. Yeah.
I'm saying Ismark, Esmerelda, Don Collar, Zan, Shasta, and myself each get 100 gold. And then we
Whatever's left.
we pool money as we each think is appropriate to give to the innkeeper to maintain the 6 children that we have just brought to his door.
Yeah.
I'm going to give 50 of my gold to Esmeralda for blowing up her transportation, and the other 50 I'm going to give to the innkeeper because I just helped dump 6 kids that I like.
Aw,
Mhm.
that's sweet of you. Gain
I
a
mean,
level.
Brother Karis was also going to give 50 gold to the innkeeper on the thought that it might guilt other people into giving 50 gold. And then
Yeah.
he ends up with
Ismark
more
will give 50
than he
gold.
would otherwise.
So how much is going to each person, was it? The
So it
base
was
number?
gonna be 100 each, and then there was like 50 on just like that hadn't. So it was 650, and there was split 6 ways, so like 100 each, and then there was like 50. That's like, okay, well maybe this 50 from this part will go to them
Okay.
or something.
I'll keep the 50 for like communal buyouts for the group.
That's fair.
Yeah, sure. I'll keep
right.
it up with that.
Okay. Yeah, and what I was saying is of the 100 Brother Karis receives,
Yeah.
he is going to give 50 to the innkeeper.
Yeah.
Okay, so write down what portion you are taking of your remaining gold.
Yeah. So basically saying you're each being allotted 100, and then whatever you do with that 100, just mark down how much you're keeping.
Yeah. But let us figure out, let us publicly declare how much we're giving to the innkeeper so people can feel bad if they're giving less than 50 gold to the
Do
innkeeper.
some shaming.
Perfect. Okay.
I'm not taking any of the gold. It's going to where I owe debts.
Esmeralda is keeping all of the gold.
Of course.
Perfect.
That's fine.
It's fine.
I blew up her stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I need anything at the moment, so I'll just give 80. Keep a little bit for food.
That's pretty much exactly.
Dawn Caller does
No,
not
Esmeralda
give a
will
crap.
toss in 10 gold. She's chaotic good.
Especially when, yeah.
Guilt
I'm gonna
sucks.
give-
Come on, those
Yeah.
kids like pies. Get them some sweet buns.
70 gold to the inn as part of a here. Thanks for room and subtlety. And
So Zan is giving 100. Esmeralda is giving 10. Dawncaller is giving 100.
oh, Shasta will also like try and find a way to be like, hey, maybe talk to your dad.
Brother Karis is giving how much?
Guilt him
I
a little
was
bit.
going to give 50, but if other people start giving 100, Brother Karis will feel guilty.
No, I think it was. Wasn't Zen going fifth, splitting like part
and
of it?
Ismark will give 50 as well.
Neat.
So that means that overall these guys are getting, what is that?
A lot of money.
Maybe they can buy more beds.
100, 380 gold is going to the innkeeper.
So we know a coffin maker. They
Put it
can
towards the
probably
kids'
make
education.
beds.
Come on, that's
Two.
college funds.
That's
Ruin
like the
this
same
town's
thing.
economy.
Those kids are going to private school now.
All right. So with that, you will gather all of those things up, and you'll hear. Are you almost ready in there?
Yeah. Yep. I think we've got it all sorted out. Yep.
Good. Here's the key to the room. You can lock yourselves up afterwards, hide whatever you need. That floorboard there under the left peg of the bed is pretty loose. We find a lot of stuff hidden in there from time to time, but most people won't look.
Dawncaller will shove a bag at him. Here.
I just said you can put it in the bed by yourself.
Mm.
No, this is for
payment
you.
For the room.
Use it for the frickin' kids.
This is a bit too generous.
Well, it sounds like they've been snatched from outside of Barovia, and they're never going back. So,
Yeah.
clothe them, feed them.
Get them better, more beds.
Like,
Maybe
Train
a
'em.
renovation.
I could definitely do a renovation on the manor or on the inn with this.
Yeah. They can either work with you, or you could always send them out to your families.
They would
To
do
work
well
there.
working in the winery.
Mhm.
We'd make them big and strong. I guarantee you, my people will look out for them. I shouldn't do this, but you all have done great services for us. He'll shut the door and step inside quietly with the 6 of you. If any of you ever have any need, we will be with you. The keepers of the feather will watch you and guide you when you need, as we have so far. What happened to you, Zan, was an accident. But should any of you seek the power of our sacred bloodline, you must only ask.
Thank you. That is a most generous offer. One that we may yet take you up on.
There are many.
Dawncaller will kind of look down at her hairy limbs and be like, well, something's already happened for sure.
Yes, that is very strange. Perhaps you should see if the priest can remove that for you. I believe that the priest in town owes you a favor already.
That is true.
Perhaps when our other business is complete.
You're gonna make me sit through bloody city folks.
Well, we should leave before people wonder why I've been
Dawncoller's
upstairs so
gonna
long.
sulk.
Oh, come on, Dawncaller. It'll be fun.
You have
And
an odd idea of fun. What happened to just wrestling a dragon?
good luck. I'm headed back downstairs.
Thank
And
you.
he will leave at that point.
Shasta torn between trying to be like, console, like, oh, they're there. It's okay. We'll find other dragons for you to fight, and also
Keep dragging me into cities. Now you want to make me sit into some noble's house for lunch?
food. There'll be food.
It's gonna be a stupid.
There will be
city
food and revolution.
Think about it like this: could be wrestling the entire government. Could be cool. Could be fun.
All right.
Maybe.
And as you set yourselves up in the room and prepare to overthrow the Burgomaster of Vallaki, I think that we're going to call game there for the night.
Seems like a great place to go.
It does.
Yes.
Because I get
And I'm
more time.
getting really hot wearing this fur thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you're super hot. So thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Curse of Strahd. Hope you had some fun tonight. Guys, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Oh, do you groan? Did you not have fun?
But
No,
I'm
it was
like,
good.
yeah. I
You
was
groan.
like,
You
no, I
groaned.
made a because you said something.
I did. I think that you guys need to gain a level.
Oh, nice.
Because
All
you
right, I'll
guys
take it.
just uncovered 2 of the 3 relics
Woo!
in a
Nice.
single session.
When we get
Level
down to business, we get down
You
to
defeat the
business.
Huns?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I'm gonna bash them Hun heads.
We did take out werewolves.
You did take out werewolves. Are werewolves the Huns? Am I running Hun the Forsaken tomorrow? So yeah, go ahead and level up, guys. And that means you are level 6 now?
mhm.
Yes.
Oh, fancy. All right, we will see you next time. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for Werewolf the Forsaken, the Bitches of Brewery Park, here on Dork Tales. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Hi.
Bye.